and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie, and in this video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for the channel. So as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a purge video. So this is the first ever time I've done like a kind of like a physical media purge, but I have about 32 titles here that I've been accumulating over the last couple of weeks that I've just decided are not staying in my collection. So some of these I have a pile here that I'm not keeping because I've either upgraded them or I will be upgrading them in the future, and then I have the controversial pile of titles that I just don't want to have in my collection because I just didn't get on with the film, or like they're titles that I kind of don't personally reach for anymore. So yeah, there's a couple here that will be, you know, probably not kind of too surprising, and then there's a couple at the very end that yeah, I'm a little bit nervous to kind of share that I didn't get on with them, to be honest. But yeah, look, it's my channel, so I do want to be honest and you know, kind of give my honest thoughts on films, and you know, I don't want to kind of be pretending that I like a film when I really kind of personally didn't get on with it. So there is a couple at the end that as I said, I'm a little bit nervous. They're a little bit controversial, but I will show you every title that I'm getting rid of. And before I get on with showing you all the titles that I'm getting rid of, I just want to really quickly say a big hello and a massive thank you to anyone who has recently subscribed to my channel in the last little while. I did notice since I posted my my June kind of pickups haul that I had a few new subscribers kind of jump on, and yeah, I'm really grateful for the support and for you kind of subscribing to the channel, and yeah, that video is doing really well, so I'm really pleased. And yeah, just again a massive thank you just for watching and for subscribing. It genuinely means so much, and yeah, I'm gonna do my best to kind of be consistent and kind of come up with some kind of different varied kind of ideas for content as well, so you don't get kind of bored. But yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to get on and show you the titles that I'm getting rid of. So I have the first pile here. Now these are the not so controversial ones. These are all basically the DVDs that I am upgrading. A couple of them I've upgraded to Blu-ray, and I think there's like maybe one or two that I just have them like consolidated on one box set now, that I don't need to keep the individual titles. But I'll just really quickly run through these ones. So first I have this DVD of Sam Peckinpah's The Wild Bunch. Love this film, absolutely fantastic western. But this DVD, and like I am a huge DVD lover, like I will you know, I will fight for DVD as long as it exists. I'm a big fan of DVD. I always think DVD quality is very good. Obviously it's not as good as Blu-ray or 4K, I do know that, but I still think, you know, if there's a film that you want to watch and you have it on DVD, like I don't kind of see a problem with that. But this DVD is absolutely abysmal. Like the quality of this DVD is so bad, for whatever reason. I don't know, kind of maybe if it's the format, or like I really just don't know what the crack is with this DVD, but the quality was so poor. So this is one that I will be upgrading to Blu-ray really soon. I know it's a film that I want to have in my collection forever, so I just think it just warrants getting a Blu-ray and just kind of upgrading it. So getting rid of this one, The Wild Bunch. I am getting rid of this this DVD of Caligula. I like, as kind of bad as this film is, I will always hang on to it. This film is just very humorous. I love Malcolm McDowell, and I just think the film is just so kind of bonkers that it is kind of rewatchable to me. So I'm just getting rid of this this DVD. It's a foreign kind of import, because I do have this kind of box set kind of DVD version, the Imperial version of Caligula, so I'll be keeping that one and getting rid of the other one. Then next, just some horror titles that I'm upgrading. So this one, the Amityville Horror, absolutely love this film, but I recently in a job lot I actually got this little box set which has the original Amityville Horror and it has the remake as well with Ryan Reynolds. So I just thought it's just easier to keep the little box set that has both. Then I also just recently upgraded this film, Pet Sematary. So yeah, I've had this DVD for so long, but yeah, this is the thing now. I'm gonna be sad to kind of part with some of these DVDs because I've had them for just absolutely ages, but I really only need one copy, and I'm delighted now to have this on Blu-ray. Next, it's the same one with this. I talked about this Blu-ray, I think, in my May haul. I had said that I just could not find my DVD copy of this anywhere, so I had to buy it on Blu-ray, and of course, like probably a couple of days later I found the DVD. So I do not need to keep this one, The People Under the Stairs. Yeah, love this film. It's been so long since I've seen it, so I need to get on and give it a rewatch now on Blu-ray. But yeah, another fantastic one. This next one really does kind of pain me because, again, this DVD I have had for so long. Like, it could be, I'm trying to think, like this could be definitely 15 years, probably 15 years plus at this stage. I've just had this for so long. This is the from the Stanley Kubrick DVD collection. It is The Shining, the incredible The Shining. If you watched my June haul, you know I picked this up on HMV Premium Blu-ray. So yeah, I don't need to keep this, but just this DVD has just been with me for the longest time. So part of me wants to keep it, but also the sensible part of me knows there's probably no point. And then maybe it can go to someone that will enjoy it. So passing on The Shining as well. Another one that I upgraded like ages and ages ago. I don't know why I still have this DVD in my collection, but obviously I just forgot that I had it, and it is the incredible The Thing from John Carpenter. I remember this DVD copy is so bad as well. Like, it's absolutely terrible. I really like the artwork and everything on it, but like the quality of this DVD is abysmal. It's like the film is in like a little kind of box in the middle of your screen. So bad. So it's probably no harm that I'm getting rid of this one at long last. Next we have another one I talked about in my June haul. Don't need to keep this one now because I have them all on Blu-ray, and it is Nightmare on Elm Street. Then another one, I actually already have this on Arrow Blu-ray, and I have the sequel on Arrow Blu-ray. So another one I just don't need to keep in the collection. It's Hellraiser, but I love this film. Absolutely fantastic. Again, another one that I just recently upgraded, I think back in May or April, I think, and it is Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. So this is a German import, so I don't need to keep this one anymore, but I do just love that artwork. And then finally, very much not a horror film, but this film, I just recently found it on a box set with the sequel, and I just absolutely love this film. So I was so happy to find it with the sequel. So it is this animation called Rio. Yeah, I don't hear anyone talking about this film, but this is such a cute animation. It's from, I think it's from Blue Sky Studios. But yeah, this film, it's a really underrated animation, but yeah, I was really happy to get a box set with this film in it. Okay, so that is all of the upgrades out of the way. So the next pile are all ones that, for kind of whatever reason, I just personally don't reach for them, or I kind of didn't get along with the film. So yeah, if you kind of have any thoughts, if you are like absolutely screaming at your screen and kind of thinking you need to keep this, you need to give it another go, definitely let me know down below. There's a couple of them that I'm 100% like not keeping, like I just will not go back on my decision, but there's a couple here that I'm going to talk about at the very start that I could be swayed on if someone can give me a persuasive argument to kind of check them out. So yeah, without further ado, I'll get into that pile. So yeah, the first two are just ones that I've had these for ages. For, I'd say these two DVDs have been in my collection for 5 years, 6 years, and I've just not reached for them. Like, I just have not once wanted to watch them. And I know there's a couple of people in the community that are going to be screaming at me right now, but yeah, so the first one is it's this tartan video copy of The Eye. This is an Asian, I'm really sorry, I don't know what country this is from. It's an Asian horror film about like an eye, what's it about, an eye that can kind of, a blind person that can see the dead or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, I just never feel like I'm in the mood to watch this, and if I just feel like I don't want to watch a film, then I don't see the kind of point in keeping it in my collection. So I know probably the likes of maybe Tim's Film Waffle might have thoughts on this one. Definitely please let me know what you think, and if you think I might like it. But it's just sitting on my shelf and I'm not watching it, so I might as well kind of pass it on. And then another one, this could be like another crime for some people. This is an Arrow DVD release of Audition, and I think, again, I'm not too sure, I think this is Japanese. Again, just another one that I'd heard like such great things about it. I heard it's like a kind of staple of kind of horror cinema, that you kind of have to watch it. I've just never been in the mood to kind of watch this film. Something about the premise, like, I'm not adverse to gore or anything like that. It's not that I'm kind of sensitive to it or anything, but just for some reason, just I've never kind of reached for it, or never feel like I've been in the mood to watch it. So yeah, unless, you know, there's any kind of arguments to the contrary, I think I'm going to get rid of this one as well. All of these, by the way, I don't know if there's going to be much value in kind of trading them in. Probably these will be maybe charity shop donations. Maybe a couple of the Blu-rays might go to CEX, but I don't think I'm going to make an awful lot of money from these. A lot of them are pretty standard. So they are the first two. And then next I'm moving on to one that I watched kind of recently enough. It was definitely in the last couple of months. And this is a film. It was directed by and starring Warren Beatty, and it is this kind of political comedy called Bullworth. Yeah, this was just a slog. I really like Warren Beatty for the most part. There's been a couple of titles from his that have been okay. This one is very much on the kind of lower end of the scale, Warren Beatty, for me, but yeah, this was just like a kind of like a tedious film to get through. Yeah, so it's basically about Warren Beatty's character. He plays a senator who essentially he just kind of doesn't give a shit anymore, and he takes out a contract basically on his own life and an insurance policy then as well to kind of pay out when he gets killed. And so he kind of just stops kind of giving a shit, and he kind of just goes around and kind of says kind of what he thinks. And yeah, he just kind of does some things that I guess are supposed to be kind of wacky and funny, but they just kind of don't land for me, really. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not massively into kind of Warren Beatty's kind of political, you know, his kind of political humor. I definitely still need to check out Reds. I do know that is obviously a very sympathetic film to one kind of side, so I'm kind of going into it kind of knowing that. But this film was just, this was just kind of lame in my opinion. And yeah, I just know I'm never ever going to watch Bullworth ever again, so I may as well just pass it on and just kind of be done with it. Next, I'm just going to talk about 3 films by one director. I just think this director is not for me. Yeah, like I have 3 titles here. I have watched 2 of these. One of them I haven't watched. But the director in question is Michelangelo Antonioni. Yeah, I watched, so I'll show you the 2 that I have watched from Antonioni. So the first one is it's this one, The Passenger. So this one obviously on Indicator. As much as I would love to keep this title, it being Indicator, this film was so boring. Like, this, honestly, like why are we waiting for so long for something to happen and still kind of nothing happens? Yeah, I know there's some films that are obviously supposed to be a little bit more kind of deep, thought-provoking, you know, all that kind of thing, but like, come on, there's only so much that you can kind of take when it comes to just like literally nothing happening and kind of something being a slow burn. Yeah, this film honestly dragged so much. Maybe someone in the comments can let me know kind of what you think. Maybe I'm missing a trick with this film, but yeah, I just didn't get on with it. So I've heard incredible things about this director, and I just thought maybe it's just this film I didn't get on with, and I'll kind of give him another chance. So I watched this one. So sorry, I'll just say this one is from 1975. This one here is from 1970, and this one is Zabriskie Point. And yeah, this was probably more boring than the other one. God, this was absolutely awful. Like, this was such a slog to get through. This film, like, is, I see it on like so many like lists of like the greatest films of the 70s. Yeah, one of the greatest films of 1970 in particular. This film was like pure like crap. Like, this was just, it was absolutely terrible. I don't even know what happened in it, but it's about like literally the climax of it. Like, if you don't want a spoiler, like, tough shit. The climax of this film is that these two people basically ride in like Death Valley in California, and they just kind of roll around having sex in the desert. And I just kind of failed to see like the point. I guess it's supposed to be kind of like a hippie kind of rebellion kind of thing, and I'm just like, come on, like, just give me a break. It's just absolutely crap. So I just knew pretty much about 15-20 minutes into this film that I would never ever watch this again. But I had obviously bought the DVD, so I wanted just to kind of see it through. But oh my god, absolutely terrible. Yeah, so we'll never watch that again. Then I have another Antonioni film. I don't know why I just went out and like blind bought all these Antonioni films, because it's coming back to bite me now. But I have this other one. I'll just take off the price. But yeah, this one, now I've heard that this one is supposed to be his best film. I don't know if I have the heart, or I don't know if I'm arsed, to be honest, to watch this film. But this one is from 1966, and this one is Blow Up. I know there's like a lot of films as well that were kind of inspired from Blow Up. I don't know, the other two, they didn't film me with like any kind of inspiration towards this director. Yeah, look, let me know. I'm probably going to get rid of these titles in the next couple of days. So if you like really think that I need to watch Blow Up, if it's so much better than the other two, let me know before the weekend. And there's a possibility I might give it a chance, but I like 80% won't. So yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments. But if it's like his other films, then I'm not going to bother. But if this is like massively different and it's incredible and all that kind of thing, let me know and I might give it a chance. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm getting rid of all of these three Antonioni films, and I'm probably never going to watch anything else by him ever again. So next is a Blu-ray that I actually like quite got on with this film when I watched it, but it's like I've just kind of come to accept that it's a one and done film. I watched it, I enjoyed it, not going to watch it again, and that's okay too. So this is it is an Arrow release. Well, it says it's an Arrow Films release on the back, and it's a DVD I actually got in Deals, which is the Irish version of Poundland, like back about 6 years ago or something like that. And I've kept it, but yeah, I'm not going to watch it again. But it is this film with Stellan Skarsgård, and it's called The King of Devil's Island. Now, from like, it's been like literally 6 years since I've watched this, so from what I remember, it is about a, not like a prison camp, but like kind of like a military camp, or like a kind of just like this kind of camp for, I guess, kids that kind of went wrong and kind of did bad things, and you know, that kind of thing. And it's like kind of to kind of rehabilitate these kids back into society. And it's on this very kind of remote island in Norway. This film is all in Norwegian. As far as I remember, just the Stellan Skarsgård character, he's kind of the guy in charge, and he's just like an absolute tyrant. And it's just kind of basically about him kind of putting all the boys through their paces, and kind of just being very like abusive and very kind of very tough basically. So that's kind of really what I remember. I don't really remember a massive amount about like how it ended or anything like that, but again, it was just one that I'm kind of satisfied that I've seen it once, and I don't necessarily want to keep every kind of one and done film in my collection. Obviously, I would love that if I pick up a title that it'll be one that I can see myself rewatching, but like, you just don't kind of get that with every title. So I may as well kind of just move it on. Next is one I actually thought I got rid of ages ago, but I did get rid of the first installment in this franchise, and the franchise in question is it's the Rob Zombie Halloween. I know maybe this is controversial to some people. I know some people are a fan of this kind of take on the Halloween story and the Michael Myers story. I personally was not really big into it. I guess I've kind of just been watching Halloween, like the original John Carpenter one, for so long. Like I kind of grew up watching it in a way, kind of since my early teens. So this one kind of didn't kind of do that much for me. I didn't absolutely hate it. I kind of enjoyed Malcolm McDowell being in it as well. I thought it was kind of an interesting take on the story, but I think again it just isn't one that I kind of was going to rewatch. So I did actually get rid of the first one probably last year at some point, and I forgot that I had this one in the collection as well. So it's just time that I move this on, because again I'm not going to be rewatching it. Then next is one I'm probably not alone in not liking this film, but it is from 2009, and it is Terminator Salvation. So yeah, this is just not good, is it? It's just really doesn't kind of tick the boxes for me. It doesn't really kind of feel like in the same kind of style, I guess, as the original kind of Terminator films. So as much as I really do like Christian Bale as an actor, I definitely will kind of do Christian Bale in my kind of actor top 10 at some point, because I just think he has some absolutely cracking films. But yeah, this is just not a favorite of kind of film of his for me. And just again, I just think another kind of one and done film that I'm just never going to kind of revisit. So yeah, I'm more than happy just to kind of pass this one along. I don't feel the need to have every title kind of in the Terminator franchise. So yeah, Terminator Salvation is leaving the collection. Then next we have one that, yeah, you're probably just going to be like, why did you buy this one in the first place? And that is a very fair question. So I mentioned in my last video that, yeah, I'm a big kind of fan of like cryptids and, yeah, cryptozoology, mythical creatures, all that kind of thing. And so I'm really into films about, like, kind of like I said in the last one, the Jersey Devil, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster. So I have a few titles in my collection that kind of are about those kind of creatures. And this is one that I picked up that I hadn't watched until about 2 weeks ago. I finally got around to watching this one, and I actually can't even like explain how bad this was. But yeah, the title in question was The Evil Beneath Loch Ness. Like this, honestly, like this, it actually doesn't even warrant like a discussion. I'm sure you can actually imagine how terrible this film is. It's about basically, yeah, scientists who go out to try and prove that the Loch Ness monster exists, and like the acting and everything in this film is just absolutely diabolical. It does star Lizette Anthony though, who I know she's been like in like quite a few good films. But yeah, this was honestly absolutely terrible. And yeah, just another one that I don't think I'm ever going to watch again. Like, as much as I kind of want to kind of keep some titles in my collection that are about, you know, kind of the Loch Ness monster and all that kind of thing, I just think this one is a little bit too bad, and it's just kind of a little bit, the acting is a bit too grating, and it's just a little bit too annoying. So I just don't think I could ever kind of bring myself to rewatch this one again. And yeah, I just kind of recommend that you don't watch it either. So yeah, The Evil Beneath Loch Ness is the next one. Then next we have another DVD that I only picked up actually recently enough. It was probably about maybe 2 hauls ago or something that I picked up this one. And yeah, I thought this one sounded really good. It wasn't the worst, but yeah, it kind of, again, it's just another one I'm never going to rewatch again. And the title is The Stanford Prison Experiment. So yeah, I watched this one about 2 weeks or so ago. And yeah, this film, it is based on like a real life incident where they in Stanford Prison in the 70s, they basically held basically like a social experiment where they got I think it was like 12 kind of, you know, male students to play prisoner, and then 12 students to play like the guards, like the prison guards, and basically put them in like a play, like kind of playing prison kind of situation. And as you can imagine, kind of things kind of just get out of hand, and this film does kind of, from what I can tell, quite accurately kind of depicts what happens. I'm sure there's a lot of kind of dramatic you know, artistic kind of license that kind of takes place, but I think essentially kind of what we see in the film is kind of what happened in the actual experiment. And yeah, this, I think it was done really well. I think it was acted really well. You know, there's a character played by Michael Angarano, I think is his name. He was really, really good in it. He kind of played the character of the kind of ringleader, kind of prison guard. He kind of took over. He really kind of led the other kind of prison guards. You know, he was very, very vindictive, very just kind of horrible to the prisoners and everything like that, and kind of really like took advantage of kind of his position. He was really good, and a few of the other performances were really good. Like, I couldn't fault anything on that kind of level, but I just kind of found, like, once you see the prison guards kind of like basically abusing the prisoners kind of once, they just kind of keep doing it over and over again, and the film, I just think, becomes really like repetitive, and like nothing in the story really kind of changes, and then you're just like, oh, they're just kind of abusing them again, and like it's kind of just kind of gets a little bit, yeah, a little bit repetitive, a little bit kind of hard to watch, and just not entertaining, I think. Obviously not every film is going to be kind of entertaining in that kind of sense, but it kind of stops being kind of watchable to me. Yeah, just too repetitive. Yeah, just not again, just not one that I don't think that I think I could rewatch, because I kind of, it's one that I think once you've seen it once, you've kind of seen it, and you don't need to see it again to kind of get it. It's fairly kind of plain to see kind of what kind of happens. So yeah, look, if you're interested in your social experiments and you think this one sounds good, definitely kind of give it a one-time watch and see what you think. But again, just for me, it's not going to be one I'm hanging on to, unfortunately. Then next we have another one that I think I don't know if I've actually spoken about this one on the channel before. I feel like I definitely spoke about it on the live stream with Ollie from Ollie Loves Films, and yeah, this was just, like, in my opinion, this was just another absolute turkey, like just such a bad film. This film, I picked it up because I was kind of exploring a little bit more of Demi Moore's kind of filmography, and I watched this one called The Butcher's Wife, and yeah, like this was just, honestly, it was like watching paint dry for me. Like, this film just absolutely dragged on. It was kind of supposed to be this kind of whimsical sort of magical romance film, but honestly, like, nothing happens in this film, and it's 100 minutes long, so like that's a long time for like nothing to happen. So yeah, like, I mean, I'm not sure how many people were kind of gonna race out to pick this one up anyway, but yeah, just, I think if you're watching like Demi Moore films, like if you're kind of going through her filmography, I'd say just give this one a miss, because yeah, this one was really, really boring, obviously, in my opinion. But yeah, The Butcher's Wife will also be leaving the collection. Then next is one that I'm actually really sorry I didn't get on with this one. I really had high hopes for this one because of the director. So this is a Sidney Lumet film, and it's this one, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. So this one, look at the cast. It has Philip Seymour Hoffman, Ethan Hawke, Marissa Tomei, and Albert Finney. And so I just kind of thought, this, like, what could possibly go wrong with this film? The reviews and everything are great as well for this film, but to be honest, it wasn't kind of necessarily the story that I had a problem with. I think it was just the style of this film. I just kind of didn't get on with it. It was kind of one of these films that kind of hops back and forward in time. That kind of irks me in a film. I just I'm not mad into films that kind of do that, that kind of go back and forth, and it keeps coming up on the screen kind of what kind of time, or kind of what day it is or what time it is. And yeah, it just kind of wasn't kind of my style. I found the acting kind of style in it a little bit kind of weird. The characters in this were a little bit weird, and yeah, it just, like, for me, it didn't land. Again, I know, judging by the reviews, there's a lot of people that really, really did like this. So obviously, if you are a Sidney Lumet fan, Philip Seymour Hoffman fan, definitely check this out and see what you think yourself. But yeah, for me, this one just kind of didn't kind of hit the mark. So yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate that obviously when you're so kind of into a director and a film kind of doesn't deliver for you. But I guess no director is going to have like 100% kind of hits, you know, for every single person. So what can you do? But yeah, the next one is Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Then the next one, another kind of disappointment for me as well, because it's one that I kind of had really high hopes for. I'm massively into found footage horror. It's one of my favorite subgenres of horror, and yeah, I've seen so many found footages that I just absolutely adored, and I just really had a feeling that I was going to really enjoy this one. But unfortunately, again, it just kind of missed the mark for me a little bit. And the film in question is The Borderlands. I know a lot of people, again, that like really like this one. It's quite a highly rated kind of found footage film, but yeah, just for me, there was kind of just a few moments in this film that kind of took me out of it. Yeah, it just didn't kind of have the creepiness factor for me. I felt like I kind of was watching a found footage film, if that kind of makes sense. It didn't kind of have the authenticity of some of the ones that I have kind of previously really liked. So yeah, I think again, it's just like a personal kind of preference. This one kind of wasn't for me, but if you're into your found footage, you know, maybe check it out. I do think there is a solid film there. I think it's made quite well. I do think, you know, it is it's definitely not a bad film. It's just personally one, again, that I just kind of personally didn't resonate with myself. So definitely one I wouldn't kind of write it off completely if you're into your found footage. So yeah, that one is The Borderlands. Then next we have one that I just talked about as well I think in my last yeah, it was my last June haul. I think I talked about this one, and I had kind of mentioned that this one was just absolutely terrible, and I kind of didn't know whether to keep it or whether to move it on. And I think I've just come to the decision I'm just going to move it along, because like I'm not going to watch it again, and it's not massively important to me to kind of have, you know, X amount of kind of titles from a particular label in my collection. Yeah, I just don't kind of see the merit in keeping it, to be honest. But the title in question is this one, 976 Evil. And yeah, if you watched my last video, you know I just did not get on with this either. I just thought it was pretty crap, to be honest, and just the acting and everything was just absurd. So yeah, just one I'm definitely never going to watch again. And yeah, there's just no point in keeping it, to be honest. So another one that is going to be moving along. The next is a film that I actually haven't watched, and it's just another one that I just don't reach for. I've had it in the collection for a while, don't reach for it, just never am in the mood to watch it, and I just think it is a really nice DVD edition, so I just feel like someone else maybe would get a little bit more kind of use out of it. And the title in question is 30 Days of Night with Josh Hartnett. Yeah, maybe there's people watching that really like this one. Definitely please let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. But again, it's just not one that I kind of reach for. I don't mind vampire movies. There's a lot of ones that I really like, but just I don't know, I think the style of vampires in this one just kind of never really massively appealed to me. Yeah, but again, let me know what you think. It's a nice little edition, and it has like a little kind of comic book in it as well, with basically all of the kind of drawings and everything as well, which is like, it's a really nice set. But yeah, I'm just kind of not getting the use out of it, and there might be someone out there that kind of might enjoy it a little bit more than me. Then next we have another horror film that I just, over the years, I just wasn't able to get into. Another probably absolute horror classic for some people, but just for me, it just, I kind of can't get into it. I think maybe a little bit too slow for me. And it is this one, Let the Right One In. I know, again, probably like a staple kind of vampire film, a Swedish film, but yeah, like I've kind of tried to watch it a few times, and it's just not one that kind of, again, kind of doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't kind of draw me in, and yeah, I kind of just don't really get on with it when I try to watch it. So yeah, I don't know, again, let me know what you kind of think of it, if it's one that you like. But just for me, it's just not one that I reach for, so again, there's no point in keeping it. So now I think I'm probably onto the 3 most controversial titles that I'm getting rid of. And yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with my choice to get rid of these ones, but again, I just have to be honest about the situation. But the first one is one that I, again, just recently kind of got around to watching. It's a film from, I think this is from 2006 or 2007. Yeah, 2007, and it's directed by Alfonso Cuarón, and the film in question is Children of Men. Yeah, I'm really sorry, but I just don't think that I kind of get on with like dystopian films. As much as I kind of want to love the concept of like a dystopian film and like an alternate kind of reality and society, they just kind of don't really land for me. I'm just trying to think of another one that I ever kind of got on with, and yeah, there's none kind of really coming to mind. Definitely if you have any recommendations for kind of dystopian films that I should check out, definitely let me know. But yeah, there's not a lot that I've kind of watched that kind of really stand out to me, and this one just didn't kind of do it for me either. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this film. There's like, I think it's a very beautifully made film. Like the action sequences and everything are absolutely sensational. I'm not commenting at all on that, you know, the kind of filming style of it. I just think the kind of story for me was just none that I'm kind of too interested in, to be honest. And yeah, the story again just didn't kind of resonate with me on a personal level, and that's kind of what I look for with films. You know, we can be kind of wowed by all of the cinematography and, you know, this kind of style and everything of a film, but I think a film has to kind of speak to you on a deeper level, and, you know, for you to kind of enjoy it. And this film just kind of personally didn't do it for me. So again, like this and with any other film, definitely please let me know if you're a big fan and kind of why you kind of like it, because obviously I love hearing everyone else's opinions on it. But just yeah, Children of Men was just not for me, unfortunately. So then next is, yeah, definitely a controversial one, and one that yeah, I've just kind of come to the realization again that I'm never watching this film again, and I think it's like really overrated, to be honest. And yeah, it was actually Angelo from Napang Films who kind of inspired me to kind of include this one, and to basically to face the fact that I'm not going to watch this again, and to kind of just get rid of it. And the film in question is Interstellar. I know, absolutely shocking that I didn't get on with Interstellar, but yeah, like just kind of like, I just have to kind of echo what I said with Children of Men. Just this film just didn't resonate with me at all. Not really entirely sure I kind of got it, to be honest, and not kind of in a good way. Like there's a lot of films that I enjoyed that I think I kind of didn't kind of really fully understand. But with this film, I was just kind of like, what? Like I was just really kind of clueless as to what was kind of going on. Maybe I'm just like too unsophisticated to understand Interstellar, but yeah, it just again didn't resonate with me personally. I didn't get the whole kind of age difference thing. Like it just, I understood the concept of it. I can't wrap my head around how that works. And yeah, it's just not a film, again, not one that I feel like I will ever kind of go back to. I think the music in this film is fantastic. I think it's probably the best part of it. I love the use of the organ and everything throughout. I think it's a really interesting instrument, and it's such a like signature of this film now, I think. And I almost feel like the music has kind of become more popular than the film. But yeah, again, just not one that kind of spoke to me on a personal level. I know this film does have a lot of meaning for a lot of other people, and I completely respect that, but it's just again not one that's kind of for me personally, and I just kind of don't see the point in keeping it in the collection either. So yeah, Interstellar has to go as well. And then finally is the one I think is going to get me in the most trouble, but again, I just have to be honest with myself, and yeah, just, you know, admit the kind of films that I personally didn't kind of get on with, and another film that I just don't feel like I'm ever going to watch again, and it is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know. Yeah, just I know how kind of well beloved this film has kind of become over the past few years, and it's regarded as like such a modern classic film. But this film, again, just kind of didn't really speak to me, didn't really kind of do anything for me. I really appreciated the visuals of this film. I love the 60s aesthetic that Tarantino kind of curates throughout the film. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and the music and the, you know, the performances and everything I think are just fantastic. But just parts of this kind of for me just felt a little bit like kind of self-indulgent, and just, yeah, it just didn't really, I don't know, I kind of hesitate to say kind of bored me, but maybe kind of bored me a little bit. But yeah, again, I do really appreciate the style of this film. I really like that effect that it does kind of capture kind of a moment in time, kind of Hollywood in the 60s, the kind of mystique that comes with that. I do really like that. Like a part of me, like as a film fan, really wants to love this film, but yeah, I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to articulate kind of why I kind of didn't get along with it. It just, again, it just didn't kind of hit me, didn't give me the gut punch, didn't kind of speak to me in the way that I kind of wanted. And yeah, unfortunately it just didn't kind of inspire me enough to kind of ever want to watch it again. I do really like Tarantino as a director, but I've kind of said before on the channel, I'm not as big into Tarantino as probably a lot of people are. Yeah, like I've kind of said, Inglourious Basterds is my favorite Tarantino, but yeah, there's a good few of his films that I liked, but are just not, they're not favorite films of mine. And yeah, I've just kind of have to come to that realization. I think with a lot of the big directors, you kind of want to love their kind of work more than you do, but again, I just have to kind of admit that yeah, he's not my favorite director in the world. And yeah, and that's okay, I suppose, but it is a little bit controversial because obviously he's such a beloved director. But yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the next one that I'm getting rid of, and I would love again to hear your kind of thoughts on this film, and just see, is there anyone out there that has the same kind of thought as me, or is there anyone out there that maybe didn't get along with this one, that maybe can articulate for me maybe why you didn't get along with it, and to kind of see if I agree. Because sometimes it's hard to say why we didn't like a film or why we didn't get on with it, but sometimes it's just a very kind of visceral thing. So yeah, I'd love to kind of know all your thoughts below. But yeah, those are all the titles that I'm getting rid of from my collection. So that was my little purge of, yeah, 32 titles I think in total. So again, yeah, definitely please let me know your thoughts below, good and bad. I'd love to hear everything. So but yeah, if you are still watching this video, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And as I said at the start of the video, if you have recently subscribed to the channel as well, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, definitely feel free to subscribe, because I'll be back with more content very soon. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I really look forward to speaking to you in the next one. Bye.